Welcome back. What's going on, good people? Welcome back. We are in this thing here. Damon.
Katoya.
We're in here, summing up with the Sumners. Another episode coming at you this week.
Coming in hot.
It's been a good week for us.
Yeah.
We're recording this in October here. Just got off a little break with the family.
Oh, such good times. Little beach life.
Yeah. We're not really beach bums, so we just enjoyed that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk on another episode, maybe a bonus episode, about how we got that trip. We don't have time we don't have time to give y'all all the details about that trip, just how it went down.
But it was good.
It was a good time.
Our family enjoyed it. That's what you should know.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna get into it, man. Today we're talking about why love languages are important, why they matter, what are they if you don't know?
Yeah.
Why have they been important for us just in our relationship? So we're getting into love languages today. That's what we're talking about. Before we do that, though,
always,
you know what it is. We always gotta just say, man, thank y'all so much for the support. It's continued to just be amazing. We hit last week. I don't think we made a post about it because, you don't have to make a post about everything. But we hit 2,000 downloads. That's because of y'all. That's because of y'all.
That's a big deal.
That's big.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big deal to us. And it means a lot. It means that, some people enjoy this. And that makes it not feel in vain or anything. So thank y'all so much. We literally would just be like recording and talking for the sake of talking
just
if no one listened, and that's not fun.
No.
Yeah, so thank you.
Definitely. And so with that being said here, just a couple of things. If you're new to the podcast or if you just already know what the drill is here, we're on social media. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Sum It Up Sumners.
Yep.
All together. Check us out. Follow us. And as of course as well for exclusive bonus episodes and other great content. You've got that on Patreon. 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 I had to spell it out for them out here for all that good jazz. And last but not least, the rating and reviewing. The reviews have been great. They keep coming in. We're going to share another one. We like to share at least one every episode.
Right.
What we got this week?
All right, this week we got our good friend Jasmine Ellis.
Hey.
And Jasmine says Damon and Katoya are so likable. They paint an accurate portrait of what it's like to be married, millennials, with kids, in a way that can reach anyone. They had me in tears, cracking up on the way to work.
Jasmine.
And of course, 5 stars. Thank you, Jasmine. Now, to be fair, if you were to go back and just try to read, she did put Julia, and that's okay.
That's okay.
It could have been a typo. I'm always trying to be Veronica, Latoya. They just don't accept me for who I am. And but I am Katoya.
You are Katoya.
And I just, it doesn't matter.
She probably was driving and texting.
Oh, no.
It was probably just an accident.
No, Jasmine.
She know who you are. Y'all are friends. Y'all Facebook friends.
We did chat back with her on that, and she felt really horrible about it. But we feel really great about the review. So thank you, Jasmine, so much for leaving that, and we appreciate it. So thank y'all for rocking. Thanks for listening. And
I forgot one more thing.
Oh,
we said it, and we got to make sure we do it. But we wanna give a shout out to everyone with us on Patreon. So each week we're gonna continue to, or start rather, to shout out a few more names.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got a few more names.
We appreciate
definitely. It. So Christian Houston, Amy Gibbs Brown, Elizabeth Rogers, Karen Felix, Terica Simmons, and Karen Goss. Thank y'all so much for jumping on the Patreon bandwagon.
I wanted to spell out thank you again, but I feel like we just spelled out Patreon. Just too much spelling, but thank you. I don't know how to, how big can you make something when you're really grateful. So thank y'all so much. Hopefully you're enjoying. Thank y'all for listening, and let's get it.
Let's get into this here.
All right.
So we're talking love languages. And so we're just going to kind of lay down really quick what they are, just in case you're listening. Like, man, maybe I've heard it before, but I don't really know what that means.
Right.
So love languages is a book. I didn't read the book. I didn't read the whole book.
I think I did some Cliff Note snippets, but it is a founding principle that we believe on.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes you just don't really. I had the book. We had the book. And I think we got the big nuggets. And now we're gonna share. That's why this isn't like some self-help or super informational or because we are experts type of podcast. This is yeah. That works.
That works right there. That's what you need to know. That works right there.
Let me tell somebody else the Cliff Note version. So welcome to the Cliff Note version of
That's it.
love languages.
There it is.
And
there's 5. There's 5 love languages. And so the languages are helpful. They've been helpful for us. They've been helpful for probably hundreds of thousands of people around the world, just because it helps gives kind of an understanding and a little bit of foundation if you're in a relationship of how to love other people, and then also to kind of reflect on yourself and be like, yo, this is how I like to be loved, which I think is important to kind of understand.
Right. And I think when you said that, like, I don't know, I feel like you said no. As a man, Damon said, this is how I like to be loved. I was like, man, how many men really just think, like, this is the way I want to be loved? Sometimes it's hard for us, I think, as people, sometimes to be like, no, this is what I want. Right. This is what I need. But there's nothing wrong with making that very clear in your relationship with someone so that they understand how to love you best. And, this is nothing that we discussed beforehand, but this is something I feel like we're redefining right now in our own marriage. How you want to be loved. And I will dig deeper into that a little bit later because I really want to talk about the how it changes and how you have to, just because you've been doing something one way doesn't mean it's the way that the person wants to be loved. So it's important to ask that question to yourself.
Yes, it is.
How do I want to be loved?
How do I want to be loved?
Yeah, let's self-assessment. Is this person loving me the way I want to be loved?
I wanted to be loved a certain way at 21, but I'm 33 now.
Yeah.
Things might have changed.
Oh, man, so much has changed.
Right?
We've talked about this.
Yes.
We are no longer the 18 through 21-year-olds that we first started out to be, and here we are today, and things do look different.
Facts.
So, 5 languages are...
Here we go. Let's get into it. Physical touch.
Physical touch.
All right. Boom. You feel that? If you're not, feel that embrace. If you can't, just hear it. Just hear the touch. Acts of service. All right. Words of affirmation, gifts, and quality time. I'm going to say that again. The 5 are physical touch, acts of service, words of affirmation, gifts, and quality time. So, off top here.
Okay.
I think it's good to just kind of break them down a little bit to get a little example here, because again, you may haven't talked or read about love languages in a minute. Yeah. I know for us, it's something that kind of pops up like maybe once or twice a year, just kind of when we do our check-ins.
Yeah. And then also like you probably already have identified briefly with just listen. Oh yeah, maybe that. But what I do want to say is just start with a clean slate. Just gifts. Oh, I don't want to get. Maybe you do like gifts. Like just take it in. Let's just talk about them so that you can start if you haven't already identified, and if you have identified previously, I challenge you to say, is that really my number 1, 2, or 3 in this season? Right. Because they don't have to be something that is a hard staple and will never change. Right.
So physical touch, we're talking about like literally physical touch. We're talking about cuddling. We're talking about holding hands, hugs, right?
Kisses.
All that.
Shoulder to shoulder. Yeah. Just a little bit
more. Just a little bit of that.
Just think that little PDA. Yeah, a little person who just want a little extra.
Little tongue. Get in there. Don't touch my shoulder, baby. They watching me. Listen. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about physical touch. Yeah. Okay, just to be clear.
Yeah.
When you talk about acts of service, acts of service ties in. What do you think when you hear acts of service? What first comes in your mind?
What your wife wants you to do. No. No, it's not. I mean, acts of service isn't even mine. But I'm often identifying more with males anyway, for some reason, my personality.
Sure.
But acts of service, I think about doing for someone to, it's the most sacrificial one, right? Like I want to pick this up for you, go get this for you. I want to clean the house for you. I am doing things because I know you want them. And this is, right now, we're going more on the receiving side.
Right.
Not necessarily, how you want to give out,
sure.
But how you like to receive your love. So that would mean that someone would do things for someone.
If you're the person who is like, yo, I'm gonna knock out this laundry, I'm gonna put the baby down, I'm going to do this or that.
I am getting it done.
Done.
This is the way I'm gonna love them.
That's the way I'm gonna love them. That's acts of service. Yeah. Words of affirmation.
That's me.
Words of affirmation. Now, words of affirmation is all about the compliments, the praise, the affirmation, and just, it could even be words via a card, right? Just get a great card.
Doesn't mean, anything. Written words, verbal words.
Just a sweet text message.
Encouragement, text. Something that is uplifting, positive, and encouraging.
Yes.
Something that gives that person the push in the moment of, anything.
Yeah.
Feeling either even on top of the world,
yeah.
right? Because you still like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You excited with me?
Yeah,
Or, oh my gosh, I'm so sad. Oh, it's going to be okay. You know, some type of way to affirm this person and kind of make them feel valued through words.
Definitely. Next up, gifts. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and give a little teaser. This is my weakest one of all time. Receiving,
it
giving.
It is our weakest one.
I appreciate you saying that.
As a couple.
I appreciate her saying that.
But that actually works out good for us internally.
Yes.
But if we have any friends or family, my mom, who does love this one, then it's tough because we suck.
We suck at giving gifts. We suck at giving gifts.
Yeah, it's not our one.
It's not our strength at all.
But it is what it says. It is, and it's not like by lavishness, right? I mean, that's up to the person, but it's just like, I want to give you something.
Yeah.
I found this, I saw this, and I want to give this to you.
You know who they are. They're thoughtful. They're thoughtful gift givers too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was, man, like, I just had that happen to me by someone. I was like, oh my gosh, you're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Group of friends went out.
Yeah.
And a friend brought us all cups.
Boom.
All, like, 8 people cups. I was like, oh, wine cooler cups. This is so good. With my name on it.
Dang.
That was
thoughtful.
I wouldn't do that. It was amazing, though. I was like, you are amazing. But anyway, someone who's giving. You know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then quality time. 5th one on the list. You want to spend quality, intentional time with this person. This is not just we're going to sit. It's not just the Netflix and chill, which I found out there's a little bit more to that chill. But I digress. And so it's not just sitting and watching TV. It's not just being in the same room. It's being intentional. We're going to do something. It doesn't have to be, again, anything crazy over the top. We ain't got to walk up a waterfall, right? But we just want to do something together. We want to have some fun together. Maybe it's some engaging conversation, right? And so those are the 5 love languages. And so for a second, I want you to just think about which one, and you maybe you already know, maybe it's changed, maybe you don't know. Maybe it's the first time you might be hearing this. Which one do you think that you are as far as the giver? Like, this is how I like to love people. Which one comes to you naturally, right? Which one do you think comes to you naturally here?
How do you like to give love to people?
Give love.
Regardless of what they like or not. This is just what you know, like, is a natural go-to of like, man, she's sad. Or she's happy.
Right.
This is how I want to love her.
I'll speak
or
for
him.
Right. And I know for myself, even today, like gifts. We already talked about gifts is our number 5 collectively. But when we first started, I'm kind of giving a little sprinkle ahead here. But when we first started dating, that the words of affirmation was one of my weakest ones as a giver, primarily because I grew up. I ain't grow up with us really giving out a lot of words of affirmation. That was not the love language that I experienced, that I received, that I gave out. So when we started dating, and she was like, "Hey, boo, I want them words." I was like, "I ain't got no words for you. I have 0 words for you, ma'am. How many words do you want? That's too many words. I don't have any words."
And I was just like, "Just tell me you love me. Just, hey, babe.
I do love you.
Hey, how are you doing, beautiful? You look so good, girl." I was begging for that stuff.
Man. So maybe you got that now. Now think about what would be your which one I said? Give. Right. So now the recipient. Right. That's the first one. So think about that.
Sure.
So now you're thinking about which one. How do you like to be? Loved in the same way? Do you think people are loved the same way more times than not?
I do think typically the way you naturally give is the way you like to receive. However, yeah. I just think about those like super humble people. Like, oh no, I don't want any gifts. It's like, yeah, you do. You don't want to say that, but you give that way. You would love to be able to. That's why I said in the beginning, it's okay wherever you are. Just own it and let somebody know that's how you like to be loved. It's okay. But I do think they are typically synonymous. The problem is when that's not the person's love language. Like, you're giving that, but they're not. That's not the way they desire to be loved.
And that is I think probably the focal maybe of this episode is like understanding why it's important, why we found it important. Hopefully you find value in this episode and you can say, oh, okay, I get it a little bit more now. Like understanding Katoya's love languages, especially the order, was important for me so that I could love her better. Right. Even if we were in our 1-2, and we'll talk about it in a bit. Her number 1 and 2 was my 4 and 5. Like especially specifically when we started dating, and so knowing that was helpful. Was it easy? No. But it was helpful. So then I could be like, all right, let me walk in understanding. Let me put more effort into loving her and showering her right the way I want to shower her with love, the way she wants it. Because if I was gonna love you the way that I wanted to love you, it still ain't doing it.
It was kind. It's always kind.
See, stop it. Hold on. Pause. It was kind. Well, I just give you a Valentine card. It was kind.
That is so thoughtful and kind.
Thank you.
Thank you. But that's not what I wanted, actually.
So I think that's really important to understand that there's a lot of value in at least having a conversation, having a dialogue about the love languages.
Right.
Because I think it makes sense.
Right. Now, before we go, not before we go, but as we continue to talk about it, I do think we should say that transition or what our love language are, and then maybe dig a little deeper into it.
Sure. What they were?
Yeah.
Sure. So when you were
when we first found out about this,
yeah,
kind of the baseline of the beginning of our marriage.
What were your top 2?
My top 2 were words of affirmation and physical touch.
Not even a question. Words of affirmation and physical touch were her top 2.
Yeah.
As an 18-year-old young lady out here in these streets.
Yep.
High heels, streets on.
Yep. This is so deep.
What were mine when I was 18?
What was yours? Still kind of the same, right there. Quality time and acts of service.
Come on now. Listen to it. Are you listening to us? Are you listening? Are you listening to us? So that's and that was important because we had to.
Top 2 are important. Because they're different too, they don't even overlap.
They don't overlap.
Mine was
words of affirmation, physical touch.
Yeah.
And I was acts of service and quality time.
Yeah.
All right, before we get into our love languages now, we got to stop and give a shout out to our sponsor this week.
Whoop, whoop.
Cultivate Real Estate.
Cultivate.
That's it. My girl Adrian with her crew, they keep holding it down here in Atlanta for real estate. So listen, if you're in the ATL, you're trying to sell a house, you're trying to buy a house, maybe you're just trying to get some more information about just the whole real estate world, Adrian, she's going to take care of you. All right, so check them out.
Yep. Adrian and her team are amazing. And as we talk about love languages, I'm pretty certain that their love language is acts of service, because they are here to serve couples like us and like you guys to help you find your next home, your new home, to help you in all of your real estate needs. So please drop them a line. Go like, follow, share, tag, hit them up at Cultivate Real Estate altogether on Instagram. And that's not Cultivate Real Estate altogether. That is literally Cultivate Real Estate, and they are offering free consultations. Free. So drop them a line, and they'll be right with you on Instagram, ready to go.
That is. Boom. All right, let's get back to it here. So, quality time, all right, and acts of service when I was 18, 19, young fella. That's me. That's my top 2. That means I want to do, right? I want to do, and I also want to be around, right?
Yeah.
We're going to do and we're going to be around. And then here she comes over here, little cute thing out here, 18. Boom. Like, hey. Touch me. Talk to me. I'm just like.
Touch me. All right, I'm done.
That's it.
Y'all know that?
You know that? That's my few.
Feel me.
Woo! Tight to it. All right, we got to.
All right, sorry.
That was a good
That's a good one.
That was a good one. We might play that tonight.
That was a good one.
You know what it is. And so anyway, what am I saying? Off track.
Yeah, but so for me personally, for mine at 18, yeah, that's what they were. I was words and physical touch. And here we are, 12, 15 years later. And what are we at?
Well, I'm gonna ask you to answer me.
Okay.
And see if I can.
All right.
So. What do you think now? What do you think now is my order 1, 2?
That's kind of tough. I wouldn't say that I don't think that acts of service and quality time are still. I still believe those are your top 2, but okay. I do believe that physical touch is now like top 3. When it used to be in your bottom, to I definitely feel that physical touch now is in.
Why do you think that?
That's internal jokes there.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, so I just think it is. I think I do believe that you desire more of that, and I think that just goes right into that quality time. I think there's change, life and busyness, and so just to kind of stop to reconnect, because physical touch is just something that just human bodies, human connection, to feel the touch, to feel the love in a touch is just it's impactful. We had an episode a couple weeks ago. We're like, just give a little kiss, give a little tap, just do a little something. That's just a bit more of connection. I feel like in this season, connecting can be hard, and with busyness. So it's nice to have that quality time paired with physical touch. It's like no brainer. I want to be with you. It's also, y'all I keep saying, Damon keep being like, come on, Katoya, let's hang out and let's be together, which is so sweet and loving, and I love it. But it definitely speaks to, quality time.
Yeah.
And
I think one with the pandemic specifically, we're still in the pandemic, people. If you don't know that, that the quality time has definitely changed, at least from my perspective, because it's affected us being able to go out and do right and activities and date nights like that. So it is interesting you brought up that physical touch has come up more, and I wouldn't disagree with it. So that's one piece. Another thing here is that I've also realized how love languages. If you don't know, we are parents. We have 3 kids, and how love languages trickle down from us as a couple into us as parents as well. Because again, I did not grow up where physical touch and words of affirmation was really a big. It wasn't in the top 2, but like I feel like it as our family. That's another element there, because I feel like, the amount of hugs and kisses that we give our kids, the words of affirmation, the encouragement, like, it's a big thing. And I think because of us, right, it always starts at the top, parents, you know what it is. It always starts at the top, how we kind of love each other, and then also how we just want to kind of create our own house, whole true. Culture.
Yeah, that is a whole
I think it
thing.
is. It's been intriguing to think about.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think I would like to think our children feel those 2 things very strongly. I also feel like that's really important for kids to understand. Although Liv is she's probably more words of affirmation than she is physical touch. No matter how much.
Our oldest daughter.
I can cuddle with Ever all day, and even Mission will come on over for a little.
Our oldest girl, like, I'm good. But you want this card I made for you?
Do you want me to do something for you? That's why she is Damon's girl. So, but do you agree with those? Do you think those are?
I think the 3 that you said for me, I think they fit well.
What about for me?
If I'm choosing for you now, as a young lady in her early 30s out here, in these streets, bang bang.
Early.
I'm going to say early.
Hanging on to it.
I would say. So you have physical touch, you have words of affirmation. Well, we definitely know gifts ain't moved. We all know that. And then quality time. Do I think quality time or acts of service has leveled up? I would say no. I don't think quality time leveled up. I do think that, I think, here's the thing. I think your acts of service, I think, is expanded. I think you just do more for us as a family. Maybe because of, like, just more roles I feel like we put on more hats now. We have more hats. And so I get a chance to see how amazing you are with the way that you love our family and the kids and myself, just because we're doing more, right? And just how, and so with that, if you're, your relationship, or you're looking to get in a relationship, or you've been married for a while, because we're talking about, the evolution. Everything's not going to necessarily stay the same. And so, I think that I can look around like, oh wow, like the way that you are serving me and serving us as a family, I think it definitely has expanded, but I don't think the other 2 have got into the top 2 or top 3.
No, I don't think so either. I just think I don't think so either. I only question physical touch, and there's a lot. I think like I said, we've been processing through loving each other well, just off camera, because we are married, and we are also still constantly dealing with, things in our own marriage and our own life, and so I'm just trying to think like physical touch for me personally, like I still love to be connected and, things of that sort. So, but I don't think that anything I don't think acts of service has taken the place of that.
I think we're just in a different time, right? We're just literally in 2020. Yeah. Things just look and feel different.
They do.
Because, if I don't know how well how long you listen to the show or how well you know us, but like, as doing stand up and we're traveling and just our schedules in general, evenings were not like, we didn't just go 9 to 5, get home, boom, we're at home together for the rest of 5 to 10, right?
What a nice life.
Right? And so I'm gone 3-4 days of the evening, in the evening, or I'm out of town for a few days. And so, and even in the pandemic, you're like, yeah, no, even if I'm not traveling, it feels different because we're constantly around each other. I work from home. We both work from home, right? So I see you a lot. So what does quality time look like now, right?
Because you're like, I'm with you. Right? I'm around you.
Right? You try to come give me a little cute hug at 10:15 while I'm in a Zoom call. I ain't got time for that physical touch. I'm in a Zoom call. Back up. They can see you. Right? So like those things all play a part, right? Because it's different. We're in a pandemic. It's 2020, and so I think that's important to also keep in mind as well. Yeah. Just as I think about that.
Yeah, it's true. Because it's a lot of, I'm always saying be gracious, but I do mean that. Like, I mean, you're figuring that out, what that looks like and what that feels like, and kind of grapple with, oh, I do like this. Well, is this compete? But I mean, we're all gonna identify with all of them, but they just have different weight, I believe.
A different weight.
Yeah, But I think that's so honestly. We didn't change.
Huh. We didn't change. Look at us. Same old Jane.
Yeah, same old way to desire to be loved. I think, again, those bottom three are kind of switching around and moving around. I definitely, like I said, do feel like physical touch is up more for you and then it was in your bottom.
Interesting.
So that's
yeah, I mean, I was coming into this relationship, y'all. Listen, I had hugged my mom like 8 times.
Y'all, people used to say, like when we were together, they had no idea we were together because we like literally had no PDA in college or whatever. And people be like, "Oh, you and Damon are together?" And I was like, "Yeah, my boyfriend." Don't have to tell you.
That's my gal.
He doesn't really like to touch me in public at all. Ooh. Maybe give me a kiss on cheek. Maybe hold my hand. It was so weird.
It was intriguing.
And I do think that that shift to see him come more and it kind of not like go down for me, but like it is a truth to where it wasn't as given up front till I adjusted. And then now in this time, it feels like Damon's coming harder with it. And I'm like, kind of let me get back. That? Let me get back in there a little bit.
To be clear, you're saying that potentially a rhythm was kind of set, right? Kind of expectations were altered. Yeah. And now as the other person, in this story, was like level up. You're like, wait.
We've been
the last 8 years. What you doing?
Oh, okay.
We've been vegan for 6 years. Now you trying to have a steak? Wait a minute, baby.
Right.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah. We released pescatarian. Now you ask for steak. No, you're going to get this tilapia and sit down somewhere. Interesting. But but it's just like it's constantly learning. It's constantly like you said, evolution. There's a little bit of, growth and pullback and pushback. And then, as always, the Sumners will preach communication. So in order to dialogue about this so that we can actually arrive at a place to love each other well. And hopefully you can do the same. And this will kind of put that at the forefront of your mind and have that good conversation with your partner or your future partner or whoever. And again, none of this is like always your intimate relationship, but this is also just like for you and your friends, how your friend want to love. Somebody think you ain't buying into this relationship. Well, why are they saying that? They're saying that because they want to be loved by gifts and you forgot their birthday gift. Like, stuff like that. That's a real thing, right?
Somebody hit me with a text 2 days ago. When they saw me on Facebook. Listen, they saw me on Facebook.
And that ain't even a gift. That wasn't words of affirmation. I don't know what you did, what we did. It was us as a family. We did fail, and I took it.
Yes.
I said it. We called and owned up to it.
We did not say, I said happy birthday to somebody else in our family. This was our family situation. Happy birthday, cousin. And then this person texted me and was like, you ain't say happy birthday to me.
And it was bad.
You got me.
It was bad. And we take that as a family.
We take that.
And it was wrong.
We take that.
And we apologize.
But now we know. But now we know.
And that's kind of gifts and words of affirmation, but it is true, right? You gotta you care about people. You love them in a way that they want to be loved in order for them to stay good relationships in your life.
Yeah, to be honest, because just let's playing around with the birthday thing. I mean, it's cool, it's great, fantastic, but like my closest friends, my family, if they don't, like, I'm not thinking about love languages. It doesn't come across my mind. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah, there's a good 10 people that better.
You got 10 in your head?
Heck yeah. And where y'all at? And if you forget about me, why?
I ain't got 10.
I know you don't.
I mean, if you woke up, if you woke up and you just went through the day and the kids went through the day, sure.
Of course, our family.
Right.
I mean, better not forget nobody. Little 5 people can't remember somebody's birthday. Yeah. That is sad. And if anybody in your household feels like that, you suck and you need to do better, because it's not okay. People should feel special on their birthday. Period. And I believe that you should feel special for the entire. It's expanded. It used to be a week. Now I'm like, the whole month is yours, right? You get 30.
Listen to what she's saying. All right? She's not right, but listen to what she's saying.
But I also do not expect for anyone else to make it special for me personally.
Boom.
And that is a big deal. I will plan out my entire birthday. And it's like an open invitation for anybody else who wants to.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We're just giving y'all a few extra nuggets now. That has been. I've never seen that done. And when you started doing that a few years ago, I was like, everybody should do this.
Well, I also just thought, why put the pressure on somebody else to make my day special for me? I'm gonna do things I want to do.
And if you want to come alongside and get in this,
and then that way I ain't even disappointed because you tried to do something for me that I didn't want to do. No, I said these are the 5 things I like. And you already know those 5 things, right? It's pound, it's riding a bike, maybe massaging, pedicures,
eating good.
Yeah, eating good.
Right.
That's me.
Right.
So you either want to, and you can choose. I'm not going to force you to enjoy all of those things, but which one you want to come in with me, because I'm already doing it.
Yeah.
I love celebrating like that. And I also do that probably as a defense mechanism so that I'm not let down by anyone who doesn't plan anything for me. And so it just became... Don't worry yourself.
Hey, that is
I got this.
Still that.
Come if you want. I'm already going.
Still that idea, yo.
I love it. And I've enjoyed my birthday every time because of that.
Every time.
But anyway, make sure that people feel that they are loved and that they are cared for by understanding their love language.
Yeah.
And
that's
pretty much it.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
So have the conversation you haven't had it. Have it again if you had it in a while. And let us know. Email us, hit us up in the DMs, message us when we drop the episode. We want to know what's your number 1 and what's your number 5. What's your number 1 and what's your number 5?
What's your top thing about it?
Yeah. It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been good. Love languages out here.
All right, y'all. As always, thank you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share, whatever the icon says at the top of any of those platforms. We want to get in front of as many people as we can so that they can just be a part of our little Sum It Up community. Thank y'all so much, and we will see you next week.
See ya.